Welcome back to all of our friends who watch this dribble. It is another Alphabet Thursday, and you may notice that there is no glint of silver about this one because he's not here tonight. He's doing a different thing, so he's leaving us to our own devices here on the Sunless Sea. I am Wit.
Two things I got to say here before I introduce myself. First of all, isn't it great to be back again, Recluse? Recluse?
Oh, Lord.
Recluse? Recluse?
I
Oh my
just told
God,
the
no.
people that he's doing a thing. He's
Yeah,
doing a
but you
thing.
didn't. Yeah, but you didn't tell me he was doing a thing. You told the people. Therefore, I
Ooh.
didn't hear you.
Right. Should
And
have mentioned. Sorry.
second of all, I really have high expectations tonight because the last time two out of the three of us were left to our own devices, things got sick.
That
Did you ever watch it?
no, because I knew it would be possibly upsetting. But I know that game was about to go off the rails. So I
Oh,
got
did
out
it?
while I still could, and I hear you guys launched it off the rails, onto some more rails, derailing the train that was already there, and then you derailed the first train again.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I was a
so
terrible person then.
yeah, I suspect like every time I go into this game, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last session with this captain. Um, but who knows? We've done better than my wildest expectations.
Yeah, we have. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, I can't. This is by far the best I've ever done. So, if I remember correctly, we had just made it to here, the Shepherd Isles, which is, I don't believe, terribly far from London.
No, but we can expect sheep.
Oh, no, we are in fact terribly far from London. Okay, we're not terribly far from London, but for someone who dies within like 2 hours of starting a new game, this feels like a lot to me. I also seem to remember us being in some sort of trouble when we got here. Our hull's not great.
I mean, weren't we always in some sort of trouble?
I suppose that's true. One moment, please. Let me return this text message.
By the way, for those of you who have not had the benefit of seeing the first two episodes, we're sailing out here with the equivalent of a BB gun.
Yeah, we still have the starting ship, which is not great. Alrighty, let us navigate this. Of course, the bearded watchman tells you there are no actual shepherds on the Shepherd Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed, it's just the name of the gentleman that founded the islands. Greybeard, sitting in the village square, nods solemnly. No sheep,
No
what
sheep.
says? Oh, sorry.
But plenty of tails. Ask us anything.
We can get some less terror. I wouldn't mind that.
Okay.
And it's pretty cheap, only 5 echoes. I think we can just go ahead and do that.
Okay.
You want to read this one?
Let's see. Okay. Your sailors watch the fireflies shimmer, swap shanties, pass round the grog and shy stones at the more vampirically inclined Z-bats. Grasses nod in the breeze. Across the dark water, the lights of Abbey Rock glow watchfully. Yeah. Your bosun hands you something. Found a rock, he reports laconically. Pretty sure it's dead. Pretty sure it's dead, huh? Well, aren't you
Welcome
the
to the
fucking,
underneath.
well, aren't you the fucking astute one?
I don't know anything about this item. I've never seen it before.
You
I'm
know
sure
this
it will be
seafaring
nothing but trouble.
this seafaring thing reminds me of the last ship we were aboard. The Oberdin.
Oh! See, I was thinking like the airship from No Mouth.
Uh, that was more recent, wasn't it? Hmm.
Um,
I don't know. We did both. That's all that matters.
we do not need another first officer because we've got one. So we shall leave this man here, I think.
The headaches only stop when I'm dead.
Yeah. And we could buy food and fuel.
Yes, we
Um,
could.
no. I'll say
One.
maybe one of each. We go through fuel a lot faster than we go through food.
Yep.
I'll just get one. I don't really want to go below 50.
Speaking of food, it was decided before the show tonight that I'm the emergency provisions.
If we have to eat one of the men, we've elected Alpha.
You've already forgotten my name like I'm some common piece of meat.
Well, I wouldn't say you're a common piece of meat, but you are.
Yes. Would you care to complete that thought?
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Where are we going next and why?
Uh, I would say for the sake of explorations, well, let's see.
Another nightmare thing. We have not done well at these.
Let me get my coin. Because we're going to need it for this one.
Will we?
I do think so. Okay. Heads we go, tails we don't.
Okay.
Heads. Play.
We failed again. Eyes in a face.
The whole Neath lit up like a snuffer mask. There's something in the roof, Captain. It is the roof. It's watching us. Eyes in a face. Eyes in a face.
You have him subdued. No discipline this time, but you require your first officer to keep an eye on him. Well, we gained back one of our terror. We got some fragments, though.
I mean, fragments are good.
Yep, fragments add up to being secrets, and secrets add up to us increasing our stats.
You know what a man is, right? A miserable little pile of secrets.
I thought it was a thinking bag of water made temporarily upright by fragile calcium deposits.
Nah, I like Vlad Dracula Tepesh's answer a lot better.
Oh, mine was Terry Pratchett.
Hmm.
Um,
Anyway, for sake of exploration, I would say we should go north.
oh, you're picking up on it too, eh? Uh-oh.
Somebody has to because the guy who normally does
Oh,
it
we
isn't.
could
Oh,
kick this guy's
shit.
ass.
Hey, you hear that? We're gonna fuck your shit. What? Oh, he shot us. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay behind him.
Dead.
Got him! We scuttle it. We got a
Absolutely.
cache of curiosities. It's a barrel. A firkin of honey.
This is what they call prisoners' honey, wrung by the lamplighter bee from the exile's rose.
I wonder who made up all these names.
Remarks Abel's seaman Carget.
Someone who's read a sight too many books, I'm thinking.
I really just said seaman on National Web-O-Vision, didn't I?
You almost got through it without making it a deal. I was proud of you.
Oh, is that all it takes? To not
Oh, this
glorify?
one we cannot, in fact.
I mean, if I were playing a same game, I probably wouldn't.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure I like this.
It's fine. We're fine. What does the bat have to say? Are we near anything? Oh no.
Oh shit.
That's the iceberg.
Mother.
And she's pretty aggressive.
Okay.
We're gonna
So
try and make a run for it.
Jesus.
I don't know what that was, but I didn't like it.
The good news is she can't see us.
I really don't know what that... Oh. No, she can. She has a ranged attack. Or I just crashed into an island. I'm honestly not sure. Wow, this is really hard to see. I wanted to go to the Chapel of Lights, but we are in a little bit of trouble.
Well, we almost had our own Festival of Lights just now.
Okay.
Nobody's dead. That's a good sign, right?
No, but I would like to direct your attention to the hull number, if you can read that.
I cannot. I'm gonna guess 4.
3, actually.
Shit. We just barely scuttled out with life.
I think it's because I crashed full steam into an island. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, okay. So the iceberg wasn't our problem. It was just this big mass of land.
Maybe.
Hey, we got 50 fragments.
Indeed, we discovered Puckeridge's Lookout.
Is there anything particularly special about Fuckeridge's Lookout?
I think it just means we're nearby to something else.
Oh, okay.
They wouldn't name something unless... Would they?
A rose by any other name that smells like burning fucking hull.
Yeah, right. Wither is some distance to the southwest. Oh, we are in a place. I hope... Alright, I will limp us into shore. Hopefully it will use a little less fuel. A chilly city beside a waste of salt.
We survived.
For now.
Northwest of Hithertown, the House of the Question stands alone. Here the initiates of the house make offerings to the 3 gods of the deep sea, and perhaps a 4th who is not a god. It's the one place in Wither where you can sometimes get a straight answer. For a price.
Chiefly useful for lifting curses. Oh, I see.
And set your terror to 0.
For now.
Well, here's the thing. I very much enjoy the divine comedy element.
No, Alpha, we promised Reckless we would try not to lose.
But how are you so certain that we'll lose? It'll drop all of our terror to 0. And what are the chances that we actually get cursed anyway?
I don't know, it's a long game.
All right.
Behind the great arch over the bay, the pale wastes stretch, white and silent as the face of the moon. From here, you might almost imagine they were snow. North of the city, the salt pools fizz with unlikely color. We can get a port report.
Well, they talk about fizz. What about the plops?
Huh. Shore leave. How expensive is it? Oh, it's quite expensive, in fact. And probably only reduces 1 terror.
I say, his senses have taken shore leave.
What is in the town? You fall into a reverie as you wander the shore. There are words in the wind, a story of sorts, of a gate in the north, of a pale light that began there, of a drowned light that will end there, of a high wilderness that other ships may sail. You lift your eyes. On the wall of a saltworks, someone has scrawled, "Is there a sea more sunless?"
Hey, you know what? I just figured out a great name for this game.
I've come up with a pretty okay name for its sequel.
Um, Waterless Desert.
The sea more sunless.
Are we that poor? Two times Tales of Terror.
Yeah, I think we could give that a tale of terror to the museum curator, but I'm actually not positive about that.
Hmm. What would they give us? 1/4 portion? 1/2 portion? Maybe even 60 portions.
This seems like a joke that I'm not getting.
Star Wars Episode 7.
You're right, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Some will tell you go see it, some will tell you don't see it. And then some others will tell you definitely don't see it.
Oh. Um.
I'm a
Supplies I
Trekkie
feel
through
okay on, it's fuel I'm worried about. I would like to
Well,
head back for London.
yeah, I was going to say, we're at 3 right now. I don't think we have enough fuel to get back as we are now.
Do they sell fuel in
Unless
Thunderbite?
unless we can make a straight shot south.
That's certainly what I'm planning on trying. Alright, here we go. Is there a way through down there? Doesn't seem that way.
Uh, actually, yeah, looks like it.
Oh, it's an arch. More fool I.
The sensors arch.
Indeed. Alright. Uh-oh.
I wonder what well, never mind that. Oh my god. Fuck.
This is not Mount Nomad, but it's not much better.
No. Yeah, don't let it do earthquake.
Yeah, right? Oh, no.
What?
Snow decreases our speed. Oh,
We
no, not
don't
bats. Come on,
we
man.
don't need this right now.
We super don't. Bat colonies. They will also attack us. But we might, well, if we managed to help. Uh-oh. No, 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 no.
Are you kidding me? Of all fucking things.
It's appropriate.
Of all things.
It's
Oh my
appropriate.
god damn it.
Well, we do have a will.
Recluse. We tried.
Sorry. Got killed by some bats. Bummer. Yeah. Hi, Kuro.
Hi, Crow.
We are forlorn.
And now for you some kisses in this trying time.
Yes, please.
We just had our ship go down, and you're over there smooching and
It's
being
the
all
only
cute.
way I can cheer myself up.
And what have I got?
That's a good question.
An answer that will never be said on the air. Anyway,
Rest in peace, Skyverse 3 Wood.
damn, this music is sad.
So, the way you cheesed the game is if you started out as the soldier, your starting bonus was like a gun. And when you died, you could choose the rival legacy. And you sold the gun and then did it a couple of times. But what would we like?
We need bigger guns. There's no question about that. By the way, does this stair need another name?
Who, what?
Does this air require a new name?
It will, yes.
Good, because I have one. Another old reference.
Okay. We didn't have enough money to make the money be worth it. And we didn't have enough stats to make this to be better than the starting stats.
Right.
Did we particularly care about any of the officers? We liked the Clatterier because she did hearts and iron.
Only the ones we could get sexual gratification from.
I don't know if this gives us an additional gun.
I mean, as long as it's strong enough to at least take down the stronger ships.
It'll be the same gun that we had. I just don't know if
Oh.
it gives us a second one. I'm tempted to take the chart, to be honest.
Yeah, go for it.
Or I would be if I could click. Oh, there we go. Because it means that the islands won't move around.
Well, that's good.
All right. Three decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Untersea.
Unto the Z. Man, I get this feeling of deja vu here.
Yeah. So, who were
What
we?
were we last time? Oh, we were a priest because I went on that whole tirade about master necromancers.
Something like that, yes.
What do you think?
I don't know. What do you want to try?
Well, let me think what the character I am thinking of referencing here is closest to.
Yeah, sure. We can build off of that.
Let's see. He's definitely not a street urchin. He's definitely not a veteran.
Poet, priest,
Natural
philosopher.
philosopher?
It's an old-timey name for science, I think.
Oh, that's probably the closest we're gonna get then.
Mirrors is good. Your acquaintance, the plausible surgeon, will serve as ship's doctor until you find someone better. Yeah, he doesn't give us much, huh?
No. The plausible surgeon? Oy.
We have 70 echoes. Got 50 mirrors. What does winning mean to us?
I don't believe that this character really cares about winning.
Well, then, if it's not from the character, what about you or I?
Um,
The last one I believe we chose was Gather 100 Tales.
let's say vengeance.
Is that Father's Bones?
Uh-huh. Find where he fell and bring him home.
Are we gonna go with Captain again?
Um, we didn't get a lot of mileage out of that joke the last time. I'm kind of sad about that.
Yeah,
That
people didn't
being
really
said,
use it, but I appreciated their reference. It brought back pleasant memories.
yeah, that having been said, I'm not sure that's the way to go this time.
Think about the person you want this character to be named.
He would honestly just take his name, but you know what? Go with citizen.
And picture? Do you want me to scroll through them big so you can see them?
No, I can see him. Let's see. The biggest glasses you can find if anybody is wearing any kind of spectacles.
Bandages, mask.
Oh, that almost looks like Eric,
Who's Eric?
the Phantom.
His name was Eric?
Yep. They
Uh,
don't say that. They don't say that in the musical or the film, but it's in the
the
book.
book. The Invisible Man has glasses.
The little patch of hair sticking out of the top is actually close enough to pass for this.
Alright. And what's the big reveal?
The big reveal is Bernard Bonoli. And the last name is spelled Bernouilli. Yeah, Bernouulli.
Like the equation?
That's probably what this was referenced from, yes. But I'm referring specifically to the protagonist from Maniac Mansion Day of the Tentacle.
Oh. Your father, lost at Z so very long ago. The trail was cold, but now you have a lead.
It is said that she controls half the crime in London, the Gracious Widow. It is said that she's 500 years old. It is said that she can distill spirits that delight the tongue and melt the flesh. It is said that she has paid for a memorial headstone to be set up for your father. What does she know? The widow receives you in utter darkness, blank as a bandage laid across your eyes. This is usual for the widow,
Yes.
she says, with an oddly youthful voice.
I have an interest in your father. I had hoped news of the headstone would bring someone looking, and here you are. I have an idea where his bones might be. Perhaps you will help me recover them. But I would like you to cover my expenses first. I need something for my tonics. Scintillac. You can find it in Port Cecil, I understand. You may go.
Hmm. Okay. So we need Scintillac.
Does it have to be from Port Cecil, do you think?
Nope. It says right at the bottom from Port Cecil or elsewhere.
If
It
we
just has.
if we solve the Pigmoat Isle thing again, that does Scintillac.
Yeah, that might help.
Let us sell the book. We have sold the book.
Monet.
It's another crew member. Oh no, the anxious university student again.
Do you mind getting your face out of my face there, bucko?
He does not pay us.
You shall not pass.
We did it last time and it didn't seem that worth it.
No.
Where do we live? Oh, we still have the townhouse. That's great.
Yep. The will.
Indeed.
We've been willed on.
We must. We need a little more money. We could run a couple loads of, what's it called? Oh, we need a little more money for that too. Okay, so we get a couple port reports, right?
Hmm.
And then we run some loads of the Sphinx Stone, and then we make a will.
Hmm.
And then maybe a bigger gun.
Absolutely a bigger gun. If there's anything we should have learned from the last captain, we need bigger guns.
Yeah.
And not just any bigger guns. We need wreck your shit beyond recognition guns.
Well, for guns like that, we need bigger ship, and for that we need money.
Everything comes down to money, huh?
Sure does. All right.
Too real for me.
Yeah. Let's
Well, I'm just glad everything is still explored.
Yeah. Dude, that makes such a big difference.
Huh?
Let's. We have a lot of fuel, so let's jaunt down to the canal and back and hit the couple places along the way.
Okay.
I am gonna swing north to pick up Hunter's Keep.
Okay.
I think we have enough fuel to do it all. I'm just turning this on because I need a better view of what's coming up. The crew tab disappears so you can see what you're presumably gonna fight.
Hmm. Wait, how much fuel have we got?
They gave us 10, and we're about to hit 9.
Okay.
Port report. Would you like to... Oh,
Absolutely.
let us spy. We
Yeah.
succeed. Piano music drifts across the terrace. You peer through a half-open French window into a grand parlor, grand in size, if a little reduced in style by dust and neglect. A dark-haired, pale-skinned young woman bends earnestly over a piano keyboard. Another, fair-haired, but unmistakably her sister, sprawls on the sofa with a book. A third sits by the fireplace, staring sorrowfully into the embers. Soon, she says.
She says.
And the... Okay, fine.
Piano music. I figured that was the point to do it. I didn't get to look ahead enough to see if it was he or she talking.
Very well.
And the piano music falters and stops.
We'll go hungry, and then the end will come. For me, but not for you.
The pianist rises her eyes from the keyboard.
Hush! If we don't speak of it...
She frowns. Has she seen you at the window? You withdraw.
Let's go get some lunch.
Sounds good to me. I'm starving. What's cooking?
With whom would you like to dine?
Um, last time I believe we slept with Phoebe and Lucy.
Dine. Would you like to try Cynthia?
Absolutely.
Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Or do you want to read this?
Yeah, probably best. Cynthia grasps her arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue. Her hair is wild and tangled. Bats might nest in it. It seems to you that you are sitting on a hillside above a wide blue lake, listening to a story of a murder, an axe, a net, blood on scented water.
Another chop?
Cynthia asks.
You've barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. You can't be hungry. It's not safe to be hungry.
It's also not particularly pleasant.
Well,
That's all for now.
we've gotten a tale of terror. We got a supply, which is very kind of them. We've lost our hunger, so it's longer before we have to feed the crew.
Good
And
news.
we now have Salt's attention. And I believe that's it. Yeah.
Cool.
So let us continue. Whoops. South.
We did okay here.
Yeah, nothing terribly happened. And I don't believe you can get a port report of the little lighthouse ship, so I'm gonna skip that.
Sailing, sailing over the boundary main. Row, row, row your boat.
Oh boy.
Frere Jacques.
Hey, wait a minute. That doesn't have anything to do with the sea. Get him!
Swami.
Whoops, that's the wrong button.
Donna Le Matina, bitch. How much? 77?
Yeah, I think it gives us fragments? Yeah.
Hey.
Got him. Does anybody remember which side of the island the dock is on? It's this one.
Not this side.
It was just barely closer around here.
Hmm.
The crab pinched us for 2 damage.
The pinching reminds me of Tuesday night.
I missed that one.
The lobsters.
Oh, Christ, I did not miss that one. You're right.
Well, I don't know if you heard the story, but it became Lobster Daddy during TKO at the end.
Oh, great.
Speaking of which, the tits shirt that's on the place. There's your lobster fodder. But anyway, what do we got here?
Port report. We could get supplies and we could get fuel. I think we're fine on both.
I was going to say, how much fuel have we used thus far?
We are at, so we started off with 10, but it immediately ticked down to 9 and a full bar, kind of like minutes and seconds. So we are now at 7.5 full bar. So
that's fine for the moment, unless where we're going is uncharted or far away.
Nah, I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
We can explore a little way along the shore. Take a stroll along the beach. Perhaps the Z has brought you something.
Drifting wood, something shiny or sticky.
What would you like?
Uh, what are the physical attributes of what's it called? Scintillace or something?
Scintillac is like a type
Scintillac.
of glowing coral.
Maybe the something glinting is that.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Just bottle glass, but there's a message in the bottle, a page from a journal. The writer has described a debauched afternoon in thrilling detail. Who threw this in the Z? Was it some botched attempt at blackmail or a love affair gone sour?
Oh, debauched.
Um,
Botched and debauched.
do we want a. Well, so there's another kind of mascot we could get.
Another kind of mascot?
It's, a cat. Oh, I
Oh,
think we have.
freaking get it.
No, it costs 3 supplies. And also,
Oh,
because it's a cat, it means you can't hire the. You can't buy one of the rat assistants because it'll eat it.
but you realize the karmic implications of turning down a cat.
No, I don't.
Have you never had a cat?
I've had a cat.
And you somehow don't understand.
I mean, we could. This. Yes, the cat's annoying. But we can just sail away.
Okay.
Besides, we have the comatose ferret.
We do, don't we?
We do. Not to be done
Well, we,
about that until we find something better. And I don't think the cat's that much better.
well, if you really think about it, we also have an absent ferret.
Oh, true.
Okay. So what do?
I think it's time to keep heading south.
Okay. Okay, let me think. Any more water shanties I know of? Never smile at a crocodile.
Yeah, it's a little watery.
It's more human flesh than it is much else.
Get him!
Hey, where are you going? Come here. I just want to talk.
I don't want to talk.
Don't tell him that. He'll can't tell something like that the truth.
Dink!
Hey, hey!
They don't do much damage.
You just crossed the line there, bucko. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't give us a box, it just makes the hunger bar go down, and our hunger bar's quite low. Oh no, we failed! It's not dead! You haul it aboard and set to work with your knives and acids, and it flops unexpectedly into life. Sailors rush to your aid with guns and boarding pikes. By the time they finished, you're unharmed, but there's not much left of the beast. You tip it reluctantly into the Z.
Oh, good. We now have elements of Independence Day.
Yeah.
By the way,
That's the only scene I've seen in that movie. I was flipping through channels once as a kid.
There was a scientist in that movie that was not particularly well disguised. He was Data the android, and everybody could see it.
It's a shame that.
Long gray hair, the glasses, the eccentric attitude did absolutely nothing to disguise him. Oh, and he wound up dead and possessed.
Bummer. You hate to see it.
Yep. Kind of Trekkie through and through. I really hated to see that.
We can listen for surf gossip.
This would be a prime spot for a pub or wine shop, but the interests of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary half-legal hostelries and long-moored ships. Here you trade stories with suntanned surface tailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the Lost Fires, and the Final Isles.
And put up our port report.
I did not read that very well.
You did
Oh,
okay.
God. I've done far better, let's just say that.
No, don't want any of these. No ships. That is the wrong button. I was aiming for the map. What if... That's the wrong button too. What if we just took a quick jaunt down to hell? I know you can buy fuel there. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's quite cheap. And then went back up north.
Fuel is cheap in hell.
If I remember correctly, yes.
Oh, that's great. Kaboom.
Well, this one hits a little bit harder.
Boom.
This, I think, does turn into a supplies. Yeah! Got it.
How's it taste?
Probably fairly squishy. I don't know if there are any cultures that eat jellyfish. Probably tastes a little bit like plastic wrap.
What about his cosmetic application? I mean, it's kind of organic lipstick, right?
This feels like a reference that I'm not getting. Oh man, it's your favorite song.
Actually, that wasn't a reference at all. Like, that was literally me being facetious about the idea of cosmetics.
Oh. I don't think these attack you. I think you can pick a fight with them. That ship up there?
Do we want to?
Absolutely not. It would wipe the floor
Oh.
with us.
Oh.
Something somewhere is around, but I can't see it. We can get the irrepressible cannoneer again.
Hmm.
You remember him? You read his lines last time.
Let's see if I remember. Citizen, are you looking? No, that's not it. But
No,
I don't
it's
care.
exactly what you did last time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, shit. Citizen, are you looking for a gunner? I'm looking for a ship. Here are my references. Here are more references. Here's my design for a whistling shell. Here's my colleague. Here's my hand. Will you take it?
Iron is good.
I mean, there are things I could say, and I probably said this last time too, about here's my hand.
Yep, that is exactly what you said last time too.
This is such fucking deja vu. My God. Hmm. I find it funny, the idea that hell has brought freedom to quite literally anything.
Tell us, what is in the shops? They will only buy Scintillac, they will not sell it. But look how cheap fuel is! It's only 8.
Hmm.
7 will get us home. Port report. Got ourselves a tale of terror.
The sensations of the Republic are overwhelming. This is a desire for years. That is a hatred for fountains. Is that even grammatically? Oh,
This is
whatever.
a desire for years. That is a hatred for fountains. Here is an emotion that can only be expressed mathematically. Now you are awash with the nostalgia for the hatching of the egg. Write it down, write it all down. Perhaps you'll be rid of it.
A nostalgia for the hatching of the egg.
It's just like you're getting all these sensations and you don't know that they're not yours and you don't know what it is.
I mean, the only time I ever hatch an egg is when I'm making omelets.
Oh, I wouldn't call that hatching.
What would you call it?
Well, unless somebody at the chicken farm did a very bad job, you physically couldn't hatch it. So you're safe from that discovery. I hear it's very distressing to crack an egg and see immature embryo in it.
Honestly, the most distressing thing about that is when a piece of the shell falls into the pan.
Yeah, our lives are much safer for not having to take that dice roll.
Hmm.
I hear they're quite bloody.
I mean, if you cook it right, it's not so bad.
It's more protein than I wanted, thanks. How are we doing? Oh, I could swing out a little further. Whom? Wherm? Howm? I don't know what triggered that threat. I don't think it was that jellyfish. It was a long way off. I don't really feel like picking a fight with it now. They hurt a little bit more than the little crabs.
Yeah, and our hole is already hit as it is.
If there are any more crabs, I'll mess with them, but not the jellyfish today.
You don't want to be messing with crabs.
It's true. I'll try and keep well clear.
See, there was one timeline in which Leisure Suit Larry messed with crabs, and
Really?
he paid a rather horrendous price for it. But it was a very entertaining piece of the Way to Die chronicles of that game. It only happened in the first game, though. He didn't do it subsequently.
I see that he learned his lesson in all universes.
More or less. He did not, however, learn his lesson about going into a ship lounge with an automaton Bill Clinton telling jokes.
Huh.
Yeah, if you want to get a perfect score in Leisure Suit Larry 7, you have to sit there for 40 minutes and listen to the entire fucking tirade.
Dang. No thanks.
Fortunately, with the advent of emulators like DOSBox, you can mute that and do something else for that time and not have to hear it.
Can you fast forward?
Not without losing points.
Really? They know if
Yeah.
you're frame skipping?
Well, unless I just never knew about it, I don't think DOSBox can frame skip.
I thought it could. I wonder what I'm thinking of. Oh, again,
No,
we have no
double check.
hunger in our hunger bar, so it's not worth it. But we did get some more fragments. We're almost at a full secret. This yellow bar on top of the log window keeps track of them. Not that we have anybody who will... Does he teach us anything? He will teach us pages. That's not terrible. Almost home.
Well, okay, you can increase the cycles on DOSBox to speed a game up, but it's like it's more meant for the game's natural performance than it is for like actually speeding it up. It works for some games, but not all.
I see. We could get the clattery air back. Although I suppose it's worth seeing what the plausible surgeon desires. Because if it's easy, we might go do that. No, it's not easy.
They collect corpses. Vast, noble, complicated corpses. Oi.
I see.
So this guy's a mortician.
I guess?
Or he seems to want to be, at least.
Oh, you know what? We don't have to get rid of him. We can just put him in the box. And then we can hire her and have sex with her sometimes.
Nice. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Well, let me turn in these quests first and see if we get anything. This is still this guy? It's still this guy. And do we want to take the mysteriously kind gift that
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I remember I've done it before and I remember what they ask for being somewhat difficult. But keep in mind I think everything is difficult.
Yeah. Isn't 12-8 a fun time signature?
Yeah, it's just like a big fat 4.
Yep. Big, fat, and relatively swingy. Turn your collar up, it said.
It's cold down here. They also want Scintillac.
Join the queue.
Yeah, right.
Escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market.
This will see if they're like it will refresh these. And we don't have anything that anybody. We barely have anything to start with. I'm sure we don't have anything that anyone wants. I'll be honest with you. We did not make a profit on that. I wonder if we don't. So they give you a pretty large amount of not huge, like 50 gold or echoes for finding a port report for the first time, and then you get fewer if you go back there. Like I think we got probably 5 for each of those. And I wonder if you take the chart, you don't, because you're playing it so safe, you don't get first time credit for those things. Because I was expecting to have more money after this. And I am sad.
Yeah, me too. Well,
Well, then I don't know if we can afford to get the Clattery Air right now.
damn.
Hmm. What I would love... Well, it's not even that much. I would like to carry a Venderbite corpse, but I haven't seen any of those in a long time.
Hmm. Where would we find one?
I don't know. Oh, we got a free supply.
The Connaught is threatening war.
They
They
always
always.
are.
London's colony is on the Cornelian coast, won independence.
They always do.
The Untersee, the papers report, has undergone another alteration.
Not yet, it hasn't. You'd know.
Oh, a promotional coupon for Mrs. Plenty's provisioners for a half cask of salt herring. You could use that.
And we have. Hmm.
Choices, choices, choices.
None of them great.
No. Hmm.
Do you want to do you want to do something dumb?
What's that?
Do you want to try something stupid?
Always.
Going to trying to hit Codex in the Chapel of Lights. The
Oh,
reason
always.
the reason we didn't hit Codex is I believe a wandering ice. Well, no, we didn't hit Codex because we were low on fuel and trying desperately to get back to London. We didn't hit
How are we
Chapel of
on?
Lights because that's where Mount Nomad is.
How are we on fuel?
We got 6.
Hit it.
So yeah, there's a real good chance we're gonna die.
I mean, don't look at me. You suggested it.
Oh, we have a rando.
Well, okay. Do look at me. I kind of like the attention. But anyway.
Welcome, rando. The weeniest hut
Oh, shit.
of
I didn't pop
all
out.
juniors. Oh, I get it.
Nice.
Weenie Hut Junior too. The weeniest hut of all juniors too. Got it. Thank you. Okay.
I knew I
Welcome.
forgot something. I didn't pop the chat.
I popped the chat because I just got this second monitor.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So this is our third session playing this, and right when our other co-hosts had something other to do, we kept playing by ourselves and killed our most successful our first and most successful captain. It's the best I had ever done in the game because I'm bad at it.
Fucking piss and traitor. Picking
Yeah.
D&D over us.
We should blame Silver Recluse for the fact that we died.
Absolutely. You always blame the absent partner.
We could skip Venderbite for now. We have nothing to do there.
We just got a lot of fragment.
Yeah, I've apparently never swung out wide enough to get the name of this little island. I've always gone straight to Venderbite and straight back. Those fucking bats! They're the ones who killed us!
Yeah, that was... Oh, hey! Enough for a secret.
Get over here, assholes. I want vengeance. Oh, they don't... don't have a lot of
There.
health, but they do a little
There.
bit more damage
Fuck
than I wish
you.
they would.
Stupid bats.
We're pretty okay on terror.
Ooh.
Do you want to eat some bats?
Uh-huh.
We've gained a supply, but we do get 1 terror. We're fine. We have almost none.
Terror from eating a bat?
It probably feels bad. They are the ones who stole London, after all.
I mean, food.
Okay, we're on course. Oh, boy. There it is. Off the port bow.
That's fine.
It is thankfully pretty far away. Oh, we're getting back into snow, I think.
I mean,
we're
we
almost
are headed toward the Arctic.
And what direction is that?
You really want me to do this
Just
while we
once.
have a guest sitting here?
The
fine.
guest will probably get the joke.
Oh, all right. We are currently headed to the north.
And welcome Mayo.
Hey, Mayo.
He was a rando once. Mayo, do you remember what game it was that you started watching us from? Because you hosted us once, which was completely wild. But do you remember what we were playing at the time?
Hell, if I remember what we were playing at any point in time.
Oh man, Pokemon the trading card game.
Really?
Gosh, that was a while ago. Thank you, Mayo.
That was a while ago.
The Isle of Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles, and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. We cannot hire a monster hunter,
Oh.
but we can get a port report. Oh, what a coincidence. I don't suppose I ever asked you why you did that, but I guess that makes sense. Yeah, Alpha has, privacy settings, and I don't. He may be smarter than me.
Alpha has much less patience than you. And, and also Alpha's kind of an asshole.
Both true. I would like to buy a fuel. Let's go get ourselves killed. At least we can tell Silver that we barely made any progress in his absence. I think he'll
True.
like that.
I mean, we got somebody killed, but, you know.
The antithesis of progress.
Yeah, January 3rd, 2019 was the first night we did the trading card game.
Yeah, I would say that you're probably a little down and tired these days. But he's also, we're both actually terminally grumpy. Just in slightly different ways.
It's true. I'm much more aggressive about it.
Yeah, Mayo, I don't remember if you have seen us play this game yet, but I killed the most successful captain.
It was Guybrush Threepwood.
It was Guybrush Threepwood. By crashing it into this island, because there was a crazy fog bank, and we were being chased by a small mountain. And in my haste to get away from Mount Nomad, it either used a ranged attack or I ran right into this chapel, and then we had 3 hull left, and we got dinked by bats on our way back to London, and I died. Not my finest hour. Yes. We are bold, but also stupid. Furtive faithful gather in the shadows between the many, many candles. A bell tolls in the chapel tower. Cracked iron laughter. Beware, the isle is full of voices.
I was gonna say, which side of that fine line are we sitting on right now? By the way, I now have the chat popped out, so here we are.
Good. Interesting.
I mean, I always like eating, so
I'm not I don't think these people are also cannibals.
fair. But at this moment, we're shooting with the equivalent of a BB gun, so
This is locked to us, or I would do it. Okay,
Oh my
none of this sounds
God.
like humans.
But it sounds amazing.
Does sound pretty good.
Everybody loves a SpongeBob reference. Salute the sponge, am I right?
Yeah, Mount Nomad. Oh, shoot. Is that her up there? I think we're safe in port.
Ah, shit.
Hey, Weenie, are we safe in port? Is that how you want us to, shorten your name? We could call you, like, Hut or something.
There's always Junior.
Junior's good. I think we're about to find out if we're safe in port.
Yeah. I'm inclined to say no.
I don't know. Okay, as long as you're cool with it.
Weenie.
I
Good.
I don't want to call you Weenie and you're like, God, I hate that. Okay, we're fine. I just don't feel comfortable leaving.
And while we're on the spot of introductions, I am Alpha Star DX, and I also have a channel.
Yeah, so we go to the channel of whoever is actually doing the gameplay. It's true. You're the only Weenie I know. It does. It's not a thing people call each other anymore.
Nope, I've graduated to saying dick.
Yeah. Now we use profanity like adults.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, but she's so close. She's so close.
How big are our balls tonight?
I guess nothing matters. Where are we gonna go, though? Weenie's right, we're pretty low on fuel.
North. Unless do we have money to buy fuel here? Can we buy fuel here?
Don't believe we can buy fuel here. I will double check.
Then we probably better get moving.
Alright, I'm gonna...
Yeah, if we don't get moving, we're not going to make it anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what her whole path is.
Oh, yes, and there's that important factor.
I know. I know. But I can always eat them. I can't throw them in the furnace.
You're referring to the crew?
Yeah.
Ah. Can we get fuel at Codex?
No. I'm aiming for vendor bite, I think. Or maybe Wither?
Can we get fuel at Wither? We got to get fuel somewhere. That's like bottom line importance.
Yeah, I'm aiming for Wither.
Yes, I am not a vegetarian myself, but I do not like to eat meat that has been cruelly killed. So I always ask my butcher, have you got a cow that sort of fell down the stairs? Is that so? I don't suppose you care to share that wisdom with us. Unless the entertainment value is worth it to you.
Oh, that's another SpongeBob reference, isn't it?
It's actually the same SpongeBob reference.
Okay, so I have to
Weenie Hut
confess,
Jr.
I don't watch SpongeBob, and I did not really ever. I've seen maybe 5 episodes, so it's actually very lucky. Get all the way out of here! It does?
Really?
I never knew.
Gas-powered light, huh? Also, to my understanding, there is a tape somewhere deep in Nickelodeon's vault where everybody who was in the episode Sailor Mouth, like, actually really legitimately fucking swore through the whole thing, and they worked according to that. The script originally said almost swearing, but they decided that was too hard and decided to just go for it. So now there's a vault somewhere of Tom Kenny, Roger Bumpus. Well, no, he didn't actually swear. Clancy Brown, Bill Fagerbaki, and everybody else just dropping bombs everywhere.
Would you like to wager 1 echo on a riddle?
Hell yeah.
We did not do it. We've lost an echo.
It's never a whale's eye.
We cannot buy fuel because we do not have a Z story.
Shit.
Indeed. Well, let's get out of here and let's keep our light off.
Do we just want to, like, find somebody nasty and...
You mean die like men?
Yeah, die like men.
I think we're about to. No, no, no.
That's absolutely true. Look no further than Detroit Become Human.
No, no.
Perkins, you fucking cocksucker. Somebody compiled a whole, like, 4.5-minute video of every scene where Clancy Brown just swears all throughout. One of the funniest things I have ever heard.
Well then, now and then, rocky fragments fall from the roof of the Neat. The decks of older ships are pocked with scars. The sound is one no landlubber knows, and no sailor will ever forget. This one has smashed the glass of a deck binnacle. Ill omen!
Ill omen!
Oh, sorry. One sailor cries.
The god in the roof! Storm is angry.
We can do nothing, or make a sacrifice to avert misfortune.
You remember what I said earlier about sparking divine comedy?
No. Well, yes, but I don't know what it means in this situation.
Do nothing. Piss the god off.
The crew doesn't love him. And we've gained some terror. And we will coast into dock.
We are getting desperately low on fuel. I really hope... Abandoned ship. Is that really an option?
Yes.
No. Fuck that.
We can buy fuel, though.
Well, that's good.
We are never going to afford to be able to do salt runs, the Sphinx runs, at this rate.
Mm.
There's a bunch of lights around here. Right, yeah, no, that I knew. That's why you try and bounce between the lights. Oh, is that a jellyfish?
Yeah, I can't see them as well. My feed gets blurry from time to time.
No, we don't have the fuel to waste chasing it. But I thought I saw a crab. We could take them. Why not, why not?
Did you just have the unmitigated gall to fire on us?
Yeah, that was not... uh-oh.
What?
I don't think that one wants to fight. Great. Got fuel! That's very lucky.
Well, that's good, but now that depends on whether he thinks we stole his kill.
Didn't
No, he
seem
does
to
not
want to
appear to
fight,
be.
but that's
He is
immensely
not pursuing.
lucky. Are we there yet? We are
No.
there yet. Low Barnett's like super nearby.
But we're not actually there yet.
No, I guess. The music started.
Now we're here. Sounds like a quick step 4-4 this time.
Yeah, see, this is why I always die in this game, is I just never have enough money. And everybody wants to trade in, like, the exotic stuff, and I don't have any of that. Okay, they gave us 20. That's nice of them. 20. That's also nice. Getting fuel. Okay. That's not bad money.
I feel like in order to get anywhere, our entire priority has to be a better ship.
Yeah, but a better ship, I think, even with trade-in, is what, 2,000?
Yeah. Oh no, those trade in. Well, that depends. Which ship are we after?
So this is a downgrade. This is the
Okay.
one we've got. And
Okay.
this is the upgrade. So you could trade in our 1,000, but we still have to come up with 2,000. And it's kind of a lateral upgrade. It has less hull, but it's way lighter. It
I mean,
actually,
if we're good enough with evasive maneuvers, whole strength doesn't matter as much.
yeah, Weenie, I kind of know that. But so, when our last captain died, we took the legacy of getting your chart. So the islands couldn't move. Um, and we nipped down to the Command Canal and the Iron Republic, and when we turned in those port reports, it only gave us like 5 echoes. Um, and so we're trying to save up enough to go do the Sphinx Stone runs, because those get a lot of money pretty quickly. But you need a deposit of 200. Yeah.
We even had 200 yet.
No. The most was we started out with like 170 somehow.
So port reports are our biggest help, it seems.
And so we hamstrung ourselves by choosing to make it more difficult to get new ones.
Whoops.
Well, we've learned a lot.
So what happens now? Do we make this entertaining and go for a third captain?
Probably. Um,
Just for fucking pity's sake, I want to go out fighting the Mount.
you want to fight Mount Nomad? I was going to say let's go as far out as we can into the middle of the ocean and see if we find anything cool.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll find something cool to die to out there.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Maybe a nice board cube or something.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Nobody hopes for a board cube.
Oh, Mayo. You do belong here.
You want something, Mayo?
Where would you like to go? We've gone all the way out to Pigmoat. Do you want to go kind of northeast or southeast?
uh, let's take it. Let's take it northeast.
All right, we'll hit the salt lines and turn north.
That's a good point too.
I wonder what is up there these days. Yeah. What you have to know about me is I'm an immense coward.
See, this is why you and I mix together so well.
Yeah, I guess. It's not like you go playing horror games for fun.
No, but that's only because I don't find the same thrill in the genre as other people do.
I guess.
I would if it were actually an interest of mine.
That's fair. Does the bat have anything to say?
Probably squeak squeak.
Heh.
Or chomp chomp.
Oh, Station 3. Oh, you've heard about them.
Yeah, we do not have a big dick ship.
Oh no, sir. We may infer a Station 1 and 2. We may conjecture a Station 4.
Machinery hums behind high steel walls. Up the hill, there are visible outlines of warehouses and a building with a spire. But the lamps are low where they burn at all, and your ship, the only one in harbor.
Let's look at it. You stand on the high point of your ship and look to shore. There is a steepled building on the horizon, by far the largest thing in sight. No cross marks the top of it, nor any other symbol you recognize. That was the entirety of the port report.
Look at it. I want all of you to look at it.
No way in. If you return with a certain delivery, the gate will be open.
Yeah, no way our BB gun opens that gate.
No, but our being very observant might give us more information. You would love this kind of challenge.
Gotta flip the coin.
It's 60%, do you?
I lost a coin. There's a coin. Heads.
An abandoned log. A few pages torn from a logbook record a long passage of doggerel that makes no sense at all. The verses go on and on about purple fires and upside-down houses, a fistful of roses the color of brandy, and dolls with buttons for teeth. The pages end just as they are reaching the nonsense refrain. Got some fragments. Or which is it, the Iron Republic where they put it in a safe and say like, yeah, maybe we'll read this someday? Alright, let us continue our mad... I have to stop hitting that button. Our mad dash to get ourselves killed.
She's been hitting the button since Black Closet.
You know, I've gotten both Richard and my brother to start saying that, because Zach was watching them as I posted those on YouTube.
Oh, it's on my list to do here.
I can't get him...
Oh, on my channel anyway.
Yeah, I can't get him to, Whoa. I guess we could... Is he picking a fight?
Yeah, he's picking a fight.
Oh, bitch! We literally have nothing to live for.
Hey, your marksmanship sucks. He missed 2 out of 3.
Another cage of curiosities, another crate, 2 more supplies. Wow, it's like the game is trying to make us not die. That's very sweet of them.
Well, now I'm only that much more encouraged to get killed.
Absolutely.
Because now we have to spite it. I mean, that just sounds like general leadership to me. The Iron and Misery Cove fucking station.
Right. I don't know what funging is, but it does sound like it could hurt.
Let's find out.
Oh! A fervid forest of fungus. It is like a logger, but for trees. Not trees, excuse me. Mushrooms. Here's our port report. It's instinct.
Yes, it does, but I'm not finding anything about that.
We could get another crew for 1 gold. Oh, we have 1 gold. That's very funny.
There's an Urban Dictionary definition.
Oh, I bet.
Actually, there's a couple different ones. One definition says feeling and looking good. Another
Hmm.
one, used as funging it, means to ditch close friends for people you just met and to intend to be a kanafka.
Does it link to what a kanafka is? Because that doesn't sound familiar to me.
No, it doesn't. I guess I'm going to have to do more research then. Either way, this does not line up with anything that could be remotely. Yeah, we may have to find a definition within this game.
I mean, they told us it's it's like the logging industry, but for giant mushrooms.
Oh. You know, nowadays there's a Jackbox game for exactly what Mayo suggests.
Ah, yes, I've seen it.
I played it once, and to be perfectly honest, it was not one of my favorites.
That I find all of the new ones to be really hit or miss. I think
Hmm.
the joke one is also very hit or miss.
Which one, Joke Boat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was kind of looking forward to that one, to be honest.
Writing jokes is really hard, and also like comedy is has moved very far away from like set up punchline call and response like that.
Yeah, like having read the rules on it, I feel like if you're good at Mad vs. City, you're probably going to be good at that.
That's fair.
Oh no, every pack in my mind has had at least one.
Yeah, I felt the ratio was higher on this.
Yeah, pack one. I was not a big fan of Lie Swatter. Pack 5, I'm not a big fan of Patently Stupid or Zeeple Dome.
Oh, well, this is how we die.
I mean, I'm not a grand fan of drawing games to begin with, so are you not even going to put up a fight?
No, but I might put up a run. Oh man, poor. Uh oh. That's a big old shark, isn't it?
I'm hungry.
Are you speaking for the shark?
No. By the way, Scintillac.
That's true. We have 1 gold, so. Do you want to take this?
I mean, I see no reason not to. I don't even need to get my coin for this.
No, I meant the reading.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sure.
Ooh. Aggressively
Oh,
stupid is very much my style for right now.
I actually like this idea for the entertainment factor. But in any
If we
event,
can survive until 10, then that's what we'll do.
okay. Okay. Rumpled convolutions of coral fill the water, glimmering with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see shapes amid the chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be a crenellated castle, that one a horse's head. A neat little port huddles into the side of a coral island, prosaic imperial docks and houses tucked away in a baroque organic chaos. In that curious silvery light, among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has the unreal air of a pencil sketch, crumpled and discarded.
Uh, yes, I believe we should in fact play chess.
Always play chess.
You don't know how long you've been playing. You won a match. Another. The rough coral tips of the chess pieces are smeared with blood. Yours. Your opponent's. But you've begun to realize that your moves recapitulate the movements of the powers of the Neath, the flukes and their shapelings, the bazaar that lurks in London, Mount Nomad that prowls the sea, salt, stone, storm. With every move you take, the shape of it becomes clearer in your mind, sharper. Checkmate.
Checkmate.
Oh, sorry, you say. One more game? Your first officer is tugging at your arm. Ignore them, you have chess to play.
Oh, always ignore the first officer. He never lets you do anything fun. Not even take away missions. So we can do this multiple times, huh? Oh,
But it gets
well.
harder.
Uh, what more can we gain? Can we get more Scintillac?
Well, I don't believe we've gotten any.
Oh.
Ooh, the best of the coral will fetch a high price in London.
Oh, now
Well,
we absolutely have to flip the coin. Heads.
we go. We succeeded!
Yes! We got it! We got the Scintillac!
Now we have to somehow make it back to London, don't we?
Yes, we do.
That'll never
Where the-
happen.
We gotta try. Where the Z washes across the coral's edge, it glows a rich purple. Each time it washes across your boots, you expect it to leave stains. You edge along the slippery coral, picking up lumps of brighter glowing stuff here and there, and though the Z doesn't stain, eventually it begins to whisper to you. Phrases so clear that you can hear yourself looking over your shoulder, in case your crew have spoke. They have not. They're looking around just as you are.
Between stars.
The Z says.
Descend the chain.
When it runs out across the coral, it almost sounds like a soft chuckle,
I rest here.
it tells you.
I forgot.
Okay. Well, dim the lights and fly back dark. After we play all our chess, that is.
You want to play more chess?
Oh, always.
We could buy fuel if we had any money whatsoever. This does not get us money,
Hmm.
which would be cool.
Win enough games and something else will occur. What's the percentage at which you would stop?
A coin flip?
A coin flip? Okay, then we walk out here and now.
It's tails.
Oh, you're asking me to flip the
A
coin.
literal coin flip, yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying 50%. Tails.
Alright. This is how we die.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We don't have a chance.
No way at all.
Our only hope would be Demo. And that's if we get money along the way.
Which is not a thing.
Shit. We are fucked.
So do we want to keep sailing into the east? Or are we going to try and at least
We're already bearing west and we don't have much fuel to lose.
It's true. I mean, I could shut the ship off and turn it around. That helps.
Yeah, but then the fuel to go back.
We'll hope we can float to London.
Yeah, get maximum speed and hope we can drift.
That's not how this works, but...
How does it work?
You get, some... Yeah, you get this. And you get a couple things you can try.
Do we see the map? No, no way.
Well, Weenie brings up a good point. You're allowed to burn some supplies for fuel.
We have, what, 4?
Mm-hmm. Well, we're about to have 3, because the boys need to eat.
Hmm.
There's that big shark again.
You can't reach us.
It's true. This does look like something. But I didn't see a place to dock, so I don't want to waste fuel puttering around the circumference.
Mm.
Oh, we've got crew to spare.
Yeah, but we don't want to lose the one that gives us sex.
Oh, we never hired her.
Oh. Oh, fuel's about to go.
And that was the extent of our drifting. So, here are our choices.
Oh, wow.
Burn supplies.
Do we flip the coin?
We do happen to have the things that are required to make a sacrifice to Salt.
Do we really want to do that?
I know you're trying to go with this, like, we hate the gods thing.
Fine.
Hey, if you're lucky, it won't work.
It lands on the rail and cocks its head. It blinks at you, 2 tiny eyes like chips of crystal. It rises and is lost in the deep night of the earth. Your gaze follows it. When your gaze returns to the ship, you realize that the ship is elsewhere. Gasps from your crew tell you you're not imagining it. Perhaps it's not where you want it to be, but hey, that's Salt for you.
Oh,
Where are we?
I don't know.
Check the map.
Oh,
Oh,
awful.
shit.
Oh, no!
Jesus.
Oh. Well, we're safe, I guess.
And this is why I say,
Fuck the gods. Yeah.
yeah,
Thanks.
now you've seen what happens when we try to please them.
Thanks, Salt. Oh, man. Okay.
Even the professional is telling us we're fucked.
Yeah. That's... An old veracity lives here, in the far reaches of the sea. The priests are long gone, but sacrifices are still made. Perhaps you have come here to make a sacrifice. Perhaps the sacrifice is you.
Is Eat Your Crew unlocked?
Actually, yes? We are not strong enough.
No, we're not. Port report, why not?
Do not do this.
We are fucked as hell. Can we buy fuel?
No, this place sucks.
Oh my god. Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
Weenie, what do you got for us?
Well, that's good to a point, I suppose,
Thanks,
but
bud. How many die right outside King Eater Castle? We can do it again?
could it? We're going to end
We can
up in
do
the
it again.
Northeast. I promise you, we're going to end up in the Northeast if we do that.
I'm very interested in trying.
Do it. We really don't have much to lose.
Yeah, this is funny. Gaining 20 tower is not great. Wait, what happened?
We didn't fucking move.
Oh. It didn't work.
And now we've been fully forsaken. And if we do that again, that
We'll
meter
go
is going to
completely crazy.
completely off the chart.
Alright, well, let's try the one that costs fewer supplies.
Oh, shit.
The scary music's playing now.
Oh my god.
Oh boy!
Oh boy.
Abandoned ship? We might get back.
Keep making sacrifices. Go out insane.
We're going to a port. It's
Oh,
this one!
Shit.
We moved a total of 2 in-game inches. Ugh.
Fuck.
I'm back, sorry.
We're getting close to time. Just
So what do we...
end this. Drive the terror all the way.
We're crazed.
This is it. This is not it.
I don't think you just up and die. Oh, I just got an achievement for it. So that's nice.
No. Well, we can't do a goddamn thing.
So,
Let me see these numbers.
19%, 8%.
Are we ready to catch ultimate lightning or die?
Do you want to try the 8?
93 or higher. Go.
27.
Shit. You think you're getting through to them. You see the lead mutineer nod in understanding and lower his stolen rifle. You step out of cover, your arms raised. And a shot from his companion topples you. The false stars above you are the last thing you see. They're beautiful.
And we couldn't make the will.
Well,
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
it sucks to be with you again.
So, we get this stuff, but we don't get the nice house. Which means if we ever want to make a will again, we have to get another, like, 1,000. Okay, so I know for sure we don't want correspondent.
Yeah.
Oh, Weenie, I have a question. Yeah. If you choose the gun, do you have 2 guns, or that's just the gun that's on your ship? think I know the answer to this. Two guns?
Cool.
2 guns is great. Because we can sell one of them.
So, how is Recluse going to feel about this?
I think he's gonna laugh. I think he's gonna be a bit bummed.
Yeah, this didn't go too well.
Indeed.
I assume we're going to try this again next week with him back.
Maybe. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I am sorry to say that it seems that we only have 1 gun.
Oh well.
Oh well. We will talk about what we're gonna do for next week. If the 3 of us decide we want to give this another try, we'll do this and we'll do it here. If not, I think it's your turn, Alpha?
If it is, boy, do I have a thing planned.
And then Recluse has been really excited to do Doki Doki Literature Club with us, and he doesn't know any of the twists, so we have to keep quiet.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I think it is because it's the default.
Yeah, we've seen how well we can do with a BB gun.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, what we could do. I think. Since I didn't choose our backstory right now. Oh. Now I don't know when I'm allowed to choose the backstory.
Maybe just start a new game with the knowledge that we have.
Yeah.
If we come back.
I was gonna say we might be able to get the slightly better gun from the veteran pass. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be it for tonight. And we will announce on the Discord what we're doing. We might be here. Weenie, if you are only here for the game, that's totally cool. Check back next Thursday at 8, and it might be this. And if you're interested in hanging out with us, regardless of what we play, Alpha's channel is called Alpha Star DX. I believe it's all one word.
Yes.
Which will Oh yeah, Vales is good. Next Thursday at 8, we will be doing something on his channel, maybe. Yeah, thanks, Mayo. You're a star.
We'll do something somewhere.
Yeah. I have absolutely no judgment if you're like, forget these guys. I'm here for Sunless sake because that's what you like.
Yeah, we had one knobhead that was only here for Oberdin when we did that, and he never came back. So.
Alpha was so against that guy, and he was just trying to help, and he was so frustrated that we weren't playing the game right. And
He was
Alpha,
jealous that I was able to solve it the way I solved it.
yeah, through vague racial profiling. I don't want to talk about it. We've rehashed this again and again.
It's a story.
So yeah, if you want to hang around, do. If not, I won't be mad. But it is time for us to go to bed. Or at least begin the process of doing so. So, with that, I have been Wit.
I'm Alpha.
And, you have to keep in mind that all this cost you was a choice.
And we'll peg somebody next week. That is a promise.
Yes.
If I get my turn.
There will be pegging. Good night, everyone.
Good night.